Hello, Dungeoneer here. Today we're going to be checking out some Phantom Abyss. This is a game that I've had for, I don't know, probably a year or so now. And yeah, I wanted to pick it back up. I had played a few rounds of it and really got back into it and decided why not make some videos for the channel with this game. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. The premise of the game is pretty simple. You're going to be a person running around with a whip in your hand, and your main goal is going to be to make it through these temples, and they're all randomly generated. You can only do a single one time, and yeah, so you'll be able to see other people as they've made their way through the dungeons, temples, and yeah. So our goal today is to try to level up some more and try to make it all the way down to the red zone. So each of our areas in there is green and then blue and then red. So our main goal is to make it through all the way to the red zone, which is the very last zone in the game. So as you can see, I have a lot of whips here. Each of them have different capabilities. We're looking for the one that provides 3 health, but since we're going all the way to the bottom of the entire game, or the entire level, we're going to need as much health as we can to make it to the end. So we're going to go ahead and pick up my Night Whip, which gives me 3 extra heart containers. And yeah, so our main goal, like I said, make it to the bottom and just try to dodge all these traps and the Temple Guardian and make it to the bottom. So as you can see, we have 3 areas to do for the green zone and make it down further into the temple. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started here. And the Masked Defiler is going to be our Temple Guardian. He is a green guardian who is going to shoot acid balls at us. And as you can see, we have a few other people who have attempted this temple before, and unfortunately all of them have lost their lives in their pursuit of treasure here. So with any luck, we can be a little bit luckier than them and try to make it all the way to the end. Now I just gotta say, more likely than not, we'll end up dying as well in our pursuit of money here, because I've only made it through the red area one time, and yeah, so it's definitely really difficult, especially if you were to be playing with a whip that did not give you the 3 extra heart containers. As you can see in the top left corner, we have 4 health, now 5. And if it wasn't for this whip that we have in our hand, we would actually only have 2 health right now. So it's a good thing we have this, because we're going to need all the health we can get. The first few areas aren't that bad, but as we progress further and further into this temple, the traps and the speed of said traps is going to be a lot more difficult to handle at once. So far it's just a casual stroll through the green area. It's the first area that you have to make it through. So usually I fly through this pretty quickly. I don't want to jinx myself and say I normally don't take damage here, but mistakes can happen, and you know, if you're not careful, no matter what area of the game you're in, you can definitely take some damage. As you can see, that individual just died in the top right corner. And if I collect their essence from their death, I actually get more hearts. So I believe he's somewhere behind me, unfortunately, so I don't feel the need to run back and grab it. But if he were happen to be in front of me for chance, I would just go ahead and grab that essence that he dropped, and that would give me some more health for this adventure we're going on here. So this is the newest rooms that they've added to this game. You can only see where to walk whenever you're pointing at it, like you're gonna whip it. But so I'm not exactly that familiar with that room just yet. But it's coming to me pretty well. Some of these rooms I'm a lot more familiar with than others, because they have been putting out a lot of updates for this game and trying to redo it actually, and provide lots of improvements and more random rooms for people to enjoy, and I'd say they're doing a really good job. And you'll see some other rooms that they've added that I'll explain how much more fun that they've made the game and more interesting. But yeah, so we just finished the first little area. At the end of every area, you are able to put some money in the shrine and get a blessing. Unfortunately, the first one costs 150, only have 192, so we're just going to be missing out on that for now as we continue further down into this temple. And this is where the mass defiler actually begins to wake up, and he will appear randomly throughout the level and shoot acid balls at us, which will explode, and if we get in that gas, it will actually damage us. So we'll try to avoid that the best we can as we continue forward in our temple exploration here. We got our compatriots here who have done this temple in the past. They are not currently doing it as I am. They are just someone who has done this previously. And anyone else that does this temple after I complete it will have my character running around on their screen as well. And if I were to die, it'll show where I've died at as well. And they can actually pick up the whip that I lost, and it'll be returned to me. Yep, as you can see, he's dropping poison gas. It's very bad for your health. I guess breathing in any kind of poison isn't good for your health, but especially in this case. Alright, just a heads up, there'll be some points in this game where I'll have to stop introducing these different concepts. Actually, that was a really quick floor. Hey, we got just enough money for the blessing, and we're going to go ahead and grab the double jump. Our other option is the banishing whip. That would be really good in the future. However, the double jump allows for when I'm falling, I can click the button again, I can jump again, so that I can negate any fall damage if I time it correctly. So, but as I had mentioned, the fact that whenever some of these levels start getting pretty intense, I may stop talking so I can really focus to make it through the level without taking any damage or minimizing the damage that I'm going to take, so I can try to make it to the red area. And we'll take it as it goes here. So if I don't believe I'll be able to make it through the red area whenever I make it that far, then I'll just decide to finish at the blue area. So as you can see, that Masked Defiler is pretty relentless in his pursuit to poison us, so I have to be on the lookout for him as we go. This is another new zone for the game. The room is very dark, and the only way you can see is by picking up this crystal, which runs out of juice rather quickly. This one was very easy, but whenever we get further into the game, it will get increasingly difficult rather quickly, especially with the amount of traps they can put in there. Actually, that floor is really short as well. So we definitely don't have enough money to use this again. So right now our options are to go down here. This would let us finish the green zone and grab a relic, or we can risk it all and go next to the blue zone and have to face 3 more rooms to make it to the final room for the blue, or to continue forward to red. So it'll just be a mirror of what we just did. So we're going to go ahead and open up the blue zone. And it pops up this please wait screen when somebody hasn't been to the blue zone before, I believe. So it's generating that, is my guess. Because normally it doesn't say please wait if somebody's been here before. So if I had to guess, I'll be the first one going to the blue zone, or the caverns. Alright, and as you can see, he gets another red section added to his portrait every time I finish a level, and he gets increasing amounts of gas bombs that he's going to be shooting, making him even more difficult. Yep, as you can see in the top right corner, I'm the only phantom that's came here, so that's why it had to load at the beginning. Alright, and then just fun fact, if you whip these containers if they're closed, you'll just grab the stuff without having to walk up next to it. So saves a little bit of time if you're the first one through, especially. And then I doubt I'm gonna be able to get up here, but I can give it my best shot. Oh wow, got a little lucky there with my double jump. Alright, so we're gonna backtrack just for a moment and grab this other chest that's back here. It's this way. That other path would be a dead end, so there's no point in checking it. Alright, and here's where this double jump's going to come in handy. I just double jumped right there to save myself from taking fall damage. I can also roll, but I'm not as good as other people are with that roll, and I'm actually going to finagle my way up that. I really thought I was going to take some damage there. As you can see now, I have these statues that aim at me and shoot blow darts. That was a pretty simple room, but they will get increasingly difficult as we progress further into this temple. Got almost stuck there. That was almost bad. Alright. So far we're doing really good, however there's not been much gold to be found. Usually I would be on my second or third blessing at this point. Right now I'm scraping to get to the second one, I believe. Well, that's good at least. More gold. I have to wait for this poison to clear or I can't move forward. As you can see, it popped up on my screen for just a second, but was not enough time to do damage. Those containers also have gold in them, just not as much as a chest would. I'm not quite sure. I believe it's randomized how much gold is in each of these chests. I've never actually took the time to check the differences every time I do one to see if it's consistent or if it's random, but I'm pretty sure it's random. So what this game tries to do is make you think it's a very fast-paced game, which it is, but you can actually slow down and take your time with these. So just keep that in mind if you decide to try this game out. Yeah, so now our options are Banishing Whip and Crouch Whip. We are not going to be taking, Crouch Jump, not Crouch Whip. We're going to take the Banishing Whip just because I'm not that used to using the Crouch Whip, or the Crouch Jump. So we're going to take the Banishing Whip. There we go. A lot of difficult words there all together. Yeah, the crouch jump there's only limited cases where that would actually be useful as opposed to the banishing one. The banishing one, if I whip the guardian, he'll actually go away for a little while and give you a little room to breathe. You can do that twice per level, so that does come in handy, especially whenever you're in some tight corners and you actually have to do some waiting, kind of like right here. Some of that waiting can be pretty tedious to do, especially when you have the guardian breathing down your neck. Alright, and so far so good. Now you're probably thinking, wow, that was very easy, but I'm pretty sure it's randomized when the extra traps and such would be added to those, so I just got kind of lucky with that one. As you can see, just trying to gather as much gold as we can. We'll just go ahead and shut him off for a moment. As you can see, I whipped him and then he disappeared there, so I'm not quite sure how long it lasts, but any time that he's not here is helpful to me. Needs to shoot, and then they disappear. And just like that, he's back. If you missed him. Oh, it's the other side. Okay. Let's see. Just came from this direction. may be thinking that poison's not that bad right now. Well, we're in a big open room right now. Don't worry, it'll be plenty more dangerous here in the future. Especially as we start nearing the end of the blue zone and getting to the red. Alright, we're crouching so we don't get hit by these. Alright. Alright, so far so good. Alright, so we got hover slide, or we have calm, where the guardian will not be on the next floor. I guess we'll go with calm because he actually he doesn't get angered on the next floor either, so he's gonna produce one less acid ball in the future. So as you can see, it didn't go up to 8 like it normally would have, and he's actually not even gonna spawn on this floor. So this will be great. Nice, relaxing opportunity here. Whoops. There we go. 300. Alright, we'll have to keep that in mind. As you can tell, it's a lot less stressful whenever the guardian is not around, spewing out the poison. So here we go, starting to get into some more fun traps. Again, no matter how much the music decides to pick up the pace, you can take your time as much as you think you need to. Alright, you may be wondering how to get over that. We'll go ahead and activate this. We'll get 10 seconds to cross. Alright, crossed it with plenty of time to spare. And same as before, we could go down to finish the blue zone, or we continue forward to go to the red zone. And just like I promised in the beginning, we're going to be going to the red. Because if you can see, I only have 5 red coins and I really need to collect a lot more. Because they'll be coming in handy later when I try to use some of the red whips that are in the game. You may be saying to yourself, well, you're already using a red whip. It's a bit misleading. The color of this whip isn't actually, it is red, but it is not one of the red whips in the game. The red whips are the best whips in the game, I would say. However, they are the hardest to get and purify. So what I mean by purify, whenever you get a new whip in the game, it comes with a boon and a bane. And so what you have to do is you have to go to each respective zone and clear the bane from the whip so it only has a boon. And so all my blue and green whips, this is a blue one for example, have been cleared. And so now I have to collect all the red whips and clear them by coming all the way down here and finishing the levels. And as promised, our wonderful friend is now back. And I'm sure he's very happy to see us. I know I'm making this look a good bit easy here, but I can promise you it's anything but. Let's see, I can actually check really quickly. I've put in 48 hours into this game, so that shows you where all this experience is coming from. Because this game is very difficult. See, this is the tight corners I was referring to previously. Definitely make the game a lot more difficult. But like I said, if you just take your time, you can make it through here with minimal damage. Looks like we finally have enough money. See, this is one of the worst combos that you want to see. Wings allows you to fall slowly, and that comes in handy in a lot of situations. However, Calm, where the Guardian doesn't show up, is amazing, especially on a red floor. So because I already have my double jump, which allows me to jump again at the very last moment, I think I'm just going to go with Calm so I don't have to see my my poison friend here on the next floor. So at this point he would actually have 10 gas bombs if it hadn't been for the calms that I found. So let's see, we have 2 more floors and then the final area to clear. So let's see if we can make it through it. We are doing really well so far. Surprised how well we are doing. Let's see if we can keep that streak up. As you can see, the double jump comes in a lot, really comes in handy, especially in a room like this, where instead of having to whip between all of these platforms, I can just jump. It's really helping me out here, and the fact that I'm not having poison gas spewed at me the entire room, which he would definitely be here had it not been for the calm. Dodge out of the way, but you can actually sit in these corners and crawl and they will not hit you, which is a nice tip that I wish I had known a lot sooner than I did. Hey, better than nothing. Whip these and shut them off. It's only temporary. And you still can't touch them when they are stopped. They will still do damage to you if you touch them, even if they aren't moving. I learned that from experience. It's very sad whenever you shut them off and then you still manage to like clip it with the side of your head or something. It's very sad. And I'd like not to go that way, but unfortunately that looks like my only option here. I don't think I got a little scared there. I thought I was going to take some damage. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to scale that, so I'm going to actually have to do it, which is unfortunate. These These aren't my favorite traps, let's put it that way. As you can tell. So really, I don't think there's room in between these two. Oh, there's not. That would be why. Alright. Well, this is just a treasure room, and I don't feel like I need that treasure. But I'll take this. Okay, it's like a dog on a leash. Alright, normally I'd have to do the second room, but because I have a double jump, made it nice and easy to get up here. Alright, so we're still doing really well. Let's see if we can keep up our good fortune as we head to the very last level before the end area. Alright. Well. Alright, so we're just gonna wait a moment. Oh, I'm actually being shot at. I didn't notice. That's very scary. I thought I heard the blow dart people shooting, but I wasn't hearing any hit. So kind of glad I didn't take any hits there, because I was just standing there for a good minute. And our acid friend is back with a vengeance, so we will see how this goes. Go ahead and whip him away for now. I'm just gonna ignore all of these chests because whenever you're in the red zone, I kind of prioritize staying alive than gathering extra gold. Because at this point, the blessings cost so much money that I personally feel like I'm better off just trying to survive. Ideally, I would have a blessing called Long Whip where I could whip from farther away, but I'm just going to deal with what I have right now. Hope for the best. This is not good. That could have went a lot worse. It's a very difficult room right there. But we made it through it. And of course I jumped right over where it shot from. That is unfortunate timing on my part. But again, try not to get in a hurry because you can dodge these pretty easily. You just have to bear in mind where they are. I hate this room the most. I tried to whip him away, but unfortunately I missed, so just because I hate the room right there with a passion, I'm going to get rid of him. Yes, this is terrible. Go. We are now in the final area, and you may think this is just smooth sailing from here. Unfortunately, that is not the case. For in this last area, you have to go to, I can't remember if the red zone has 4 or 6 different areas to clear, but you have either 4 or 6 areas to go to the very end and light a beacon to open the treasure room, which is right there. And I guess we'll see if it ends up being 4 or 6, because we're going to go ahead and get started. So it looks like there's a room there, there's one here, and then the other side will be mirrored. So hopefully it's just 4. So we'll go ahead and start with the top left one here, and then we'll go from there. And these are shorter than a level, but that doesn't mean they're any easier. And I haven't mentioned this yet because it hasn't really came up, but you cannot touch the lava. I think I can jump through this lava pool, or lava waterfall, but I'm not going to risk it just because that's extra damage, and I will take all the hearts I can get to get through this. So, alright, here we go. I like this room a lot better without all the things trying to shoot me. I gotta say, so far these are my least favorite rooms, just because they're very difficult to me. Just trying to figure out the path. Luckily, we have the defiler this time. Somewhere there's definitely a way up, so it's right here. Alright. This may look like the entire thing is made of these, but it's definitely not. That would be way too easy. Anyway, but this is a nice reprieve from all the stressful jumps and trap avoiding I've been doing, so I'll take it. Alright, and here's the first one we're lighting up. So now we'll see. Okay. So as you can see, there are 4 for this area, so that's good. I was worried it was 6. Like I said, I've only completed this area one time, and I was very excited when I did it. And then I ended up taking a break from this game, and they made a lot of improvements and added some more rooms and changed up the balancing and everything, and figured I would give it another go. And that was a very creepy noise. I don't even know what that was. I'll just pretend it didn't happen. Can you go away? Thanks. Funnest room ever. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. Alright, we're halfway to opening the door. do the top part first. If you're wondering if one was shorter than the other, I'm pretty sure it's randomized how long the different sections are, so I definitely feel like some last a lot longer than others, but I guess there's no real way for me to know. I love it when they all line up at the exact same time. Makes my life a lot easier. That was sad. As you can see, if you stand right here in the corner, you will not take a hit. What a wonderful room. Just trying to take my time, analyze the best path. Grabbing that chest because I only have one more left over light, and I will definitely not get enough money to get another blessing. So let us head to our last little area. Yeah, I'm not going up there. I could possibly get keys going up there, but I don't want to risk it. Have the green guy start spawning a little bit early or anything like that. Just try to make my way through. Get to that treasure room. And just like I spoke about last time, we're just going to ignore all this treasure. Just run straight through. That makes that room very easy. And look at that, a nice short area. Alright, now all we have to do is get to this treasure room. I'm so glad there's no traps in between me and that treasure room. Because in the blue and green zones there are traps in this main room. And it would really be awful to make it that far and then take some damage right at the end. Alright. See if I can remember where all these treasures are in here. Let's see, here's one. I'm just gonna look really quick because I thought there were some on the sides. And I definitely don't want to miss out on any treasure, especially after working so hard to get here. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna get 3 chests, and I'm okay with that. Yep, 3 chests. And we get a relic. Get a nice, beautiful egg. And if you finish the red zone, the entire temple is sealed. Nobody else can complete this temple. As you can see at the bottom. And we make our journey back to the top, clearing everything as we go. just like that, we got 3 more red keys, epic keys, I believe is what it called it. Go ahead and exit and get our essence. Alright, we just unlocked a new red whip, and we'll go take a look at the banes and boons that I was referring to previously to better explain that. And we also got the vine whip. We've turned into a Bulbasaur. That is perfect. Alright, level 18, not too bad. Alright, so we're now in my trophy room. As you can see, my red zone has not been finished up. For all I have is a box and now an egg. But if we walk down here, we'll see all of my green zone trophies, or relics, and I'm only missing one blue one. The last time I went and cleaned the blue area, unfortunately it did not have the right relic, so I'm only missing one more to complete the blue zone. The caverns, I believe, is the name. So let us head down this way. And we can talk to this nice statue here, and we can see what level we are, 18. We'll go check out our 2 new whips. Alright, so here's one of the red whips I have, and unfortunately it has been captured right now. So I'm waiting on somebody to clear that temple so I can get it back. And here's our new vine whip. So as you can see, the blue ones are the boons that we receive, and the red is the banes. So while using this whip, until I clear the red zone with it, all darts are lethal, so if I got hit with any dart whatsoever in my playthrough, it would automatically kill me. Is what I'm assuming that means, lethal, you know, that makes sense. And jump much higher in game 1 heart container are the boons for that. So let's go check out the other one I received. The ice whip. So my feet are turned to ice. So that must mean I get to slip and slide all around the entire zones while I'm trying to clear this bane from this whip. But at least I get to slide faster and get a heart container. And then finally, this is my last whip I have in the red zone. It's the fire whip, so I can drop coins in the lava pools on the 3rd floors. But every time I try to grab one of those blessings that you see me buy a few of in our last run, I will be taking 1/2 heart of damage every time I want to buy one. So those are some definite interesting banes and boons. So yeah, I hope you join me next time as we brave these temples some more to try to unlock the last 2 whips, as well as purifying these red whips that I have. So thank you all for joining me, and if you enjoyed this kind of content, go ahead and let me know down in the comment section. Of course, after you've already liked the video. Thank you so much. Bye.